All right, so moving on, common investments. We've spoken about, starting now, starting early, identifying your time capacity, your time horizon. Now, what are we going to invest in? What are the common investments that people should be looking into?
Well, there are different asset classes. You got, you got cash, and you got cash equivalents. These would be like your savings accounts and bank accounts, money markets, different types of things like that. You got bonds. You want to think of bonds like you think of a loan. And you got equities, or better known as stocks, or stocks better known as equities. And so all of these are going to be, be different asset classes that you can invest in.
So we have stocks and we have bonds. Can you just explain simply what those are?
Absolutely. So think of a bond like a loan, right? You take in loans, like I get my mortgage and I maybe get my car loan. This is just the opposite. You're loaning out money to a company or a government or maybe a city, and they are paying you back generally a fixed amount, a fixed interest rate. So these are also called fixed income because of that.
Okay.
And then at the end of the bond, they'll return the money you originally lent them with that final interest payment. Stocks are ownership in a company. So that's why they're also called equity. There's like ownership in your house is called your equity. Ownership in a company is called equity. So you own a very, very small percent of a company. You can kind of make money two ways here. One, the company can be worth more. And if so, your stock may go up in value. Or they can pay you what's called a dividend. So small company like a pizza shop, right? They are trying to make money, pay their drivers and order new ingredients and market. At the end, if they have money left over, the owner uses that to pay their bills. Big companies are no different. If a big company makes $30 billion and they take $20 billion of it to market and come up with a recipe and build a new plant, and there's some money left over, at the end, they will give it to their owners, which are stockholders. So you'll get a dividend. Couple of cents, maybe $1, who knows, but they'll pay you some back.
I think that's a great example.
Yes, and of course stocks are, just like Dan said, they're on the other end of that. And, again, we're back to time horizon again, because it depends on what you're trying to do, depending on the asset class that you might invest in. But if you are going to be in bonds, you got to, they come in the form of government bonds. They come in the form of municipals, which is meaning that some municipality is doing some project like a city or, a county or something like schools. Or you might have a corporate bond, which corporations use to buy different things, to build buildings, to do different things with that money. And so it's important to understand that these earn interest on that money.
Got you. So, Dan, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Someone
please.
walks into your office, they say, my coworker was talking to me about stocks and bonds. Which one should I look into?
I think Earl's totally right. What's your risk tolerance? What's your time horizon? What do you need? And to be honest with you, the thing I just love that he mentioned is there's also different risk profiles within these.
Yeah.
Right? So I think this is a great example and a great place to talk about why risk and return move together. Let's say I have a very small company, right? And I want to borrow money. I offer you a bond. The chance that I go out of business is pretty high, right? So if I offer you 2% and the government's offering you 2% and you're much more confident the government's going to pay you back, you're not going to give me any money. So what if I say I'll give you 6%? Well, then what if you find out a much bigger company is giving you 6%? Again, you're going to be like, I'm not going to give you that money.
Yeah.
I'm much more comfortable that big company is going to pay me back.
Yeah.
Then what if I say, okay, I'll give you 8%? Then suddenly,
It becomes attractive.
well, maybe, maybe not. That's where your risk profile, your time horizon starts to make you think about, am I okay with that slow and steady and consistent, or am I willing to take this chance for more return?
Yeah, and so basically what Dan is saying is the more risky his company is in terms of issuing that bond, to induce me and to entice me to take it, he's got to offer me a bigger return. Otherwise, I'm not going to take the risk.
So, high-level overview. A stock is?
The riskiest.
Yes, and then the bonds are?
The bonds are in the middle, and then
middle.
your cash equivalents, your savings accounts, your cash is going to be the safest.
There are a variety of investment vehicles available to you, and it's important to understand which one works best for you and your future goals. Let's have a look at what we've learned. Make sure to explore all of our tools, support, and education. And don't forget to check out all of our other courses. See you soon.